Hi everyone, my name is Laura Maldonado-Medina and I will be speaking with you all about my summer internship experience with PwC that I did in this past summer. Introduction of my internship with PwC. So during the summer of 2022, I was given the opportunity to intern with PwC in their San Francisco office, which is one of the biggest 4 accounting firms in the world. This was a great chance for me to get exposure of what it is to work in public accounting and what the task would consist of. But that also depended if I was working in tax, assurance, or consulting services. When I got hired as an intern, I was working an audit. So my internship lasted 8 weeks and it helped me develop strong personal and professional skills as well as learning different type of technology PwC uses to work with their clients. What were my tasks as an assurance intern? So my task varied since my internship did take place during the summer and that's typically not considered the busy season. Their busy season is typically during October to November. So when I interned with them, it wasn't very busy and hectic as normal. But I did have several tasks to do. So the task that I was assigned by my engagement team was to roll forward information from last year to this year's audit, and it was considered as the planning process that our engagement team does before we get ready for the busy season. So we just roll forward information that was from last year's audit to this year and just make any adjustments if needed. I also helped my senior associate with risk assessments of the client that we were working with, which was an agricultural business who had a few businesses in the Bay Area as well as here in the Central Valley. So that was very nice to know how this business was very it was very spread apart. They had a few businesses in the Bay Area, but they also had some in the Central Valley, and I had to do some risk assessments with my senior associate, which was kind of intimidating, but my senior associate helped me a lot and guided me on how to complete them. And that's the experience that I was able to get on why we were doing these risk assessments. What does PwC provide for their associates or interns? So as my internship progressed, PwC gave me a sense of belonging and inclusivity. They also made sure to treat everyone equally, and I received a lot of motivation talks by other associates and partners who I would make connections with. Since my internship was virtually, I was only able to go in the office a few times, but the few times that I did go in the office, everyone was very welcoming and very nice to me, and they would show me around the office, which was very nice and beautiful inside. It's very renovated, so there was a lot of new stuff, a lot of new technology that was within the office, and it just made everything look very nice, and everyone was just very motivated they would give me motivational talks on how I can be more successful and to just not give up. And even though, yes, it is a hard journey sometimes, but it is still attainable and achievable. And they also, throughout my internship, they did have a few Zoom sessions, or they would call it seminars, where they would just speak about how PwC incorporates inclusivity with the firm, a lot of women empowerment seminars, and how they also support the LGBTQ plus community. And they also made sure to make me feel that I was working in an inclusive and welcoming environment. I would have weekly check-ins with my engagement team as well as with my section group. Since PwC is a public accounting, they do handle a lot of different sections, and I was with the banking and capital section, so I would have weekly check-ins with my section group as well as with my engagement team, which is who we would do the audit for, and we would sometimes have meetings with the client as well. So that was something. And another experience that I did have was to be able to be part of a meeting with the client, and that was a lot of good experience that I was able to get. What skills did I learn from my internship? So the skills that I learned was how to input data into the software. PwC does have their own software where they input information and they document information called Aura Platinum. So that's kind of the biggest, the software that we will mainly use as auditors. And getting to know how to navigate through Aura Platinum was a good experience that I was able to get just because it is very new to me, and I did get training on it, but the auditors and associates use our platinum for their daily tasks. So I was able to strengthen my skills on using that software as well as using Excel. Since I did have to compute a few numbers on Excel, I did learn a few tricks on how to make things easier. And I was also able to strengthen my soft skills such as communication, time management, and teamwork skills with my engagement team and my senior associates. So when I was in my engagement team, we would have weekly check-ins with our senior associates, and we also got the chance to work with other associates from other PwC offices, which was other countries. There was a time where we did work with PwC from, I believe it was a Latin America country. I believe it was Argentina. So we would have several meetings early in the morning since the time zone difference. There was a time zone difference, so we would have to meet earlier. And that was something I didn't expect to go through. But yes, there are times where you do have to wake up early and meet with other associates or clients who are out of the country, and the time zone difference, we have to accommodate to their time zone. And this also helped me to not stay in my comfort zone and not be shy, because I am a very shy person. But when I did my internship, I had to, be out there and just talk to whoever I was being presented to. Even if I would go in the office, I would speak with everyone. And it was a very nice feeling because I would just get to meet new people and learn about their experience, how they got to PwC, and how their time at PwC has been. And what did I gain from my internship with PwC? So after I completed my internship, I did have an exit interview with my recruiter as well as with my relationship leader, who is a higher authority within my engagement team. And my relationship leader, she then kind of gave me feedback on my internship, how I did, and then offered me a full-time position at the San Francisco office after my graduation date, which is something that I was very excited, and I accepted my offer with PwC. I was super excited that they even considered me for one of their audit associates, because I just, coming from being able to work for a Big Four is just something amazing. And I, really wouldn't think that I was going to make it, but I did. So I'm really excited to see what my future will be like working with PwC. And what I gained from this internship experience was how I was able to see what it's like working at a PwC office and working with my peers, as well as working with other associates from other PwC offices, which can be in different countries. And I thought that was really amazing, and how the fundamental of teamwork and inclusion was seen heavily at PwC, which is something that also got my attention, that they are very inclusive and they are very motivational, and they always seek for the best for their associates and other staff. And that's just the type of environment that I would like to be working with. And that's another reason why I also chose to work with PwC. And I also was able to grow professionally, and I met several partners and listened to their advice on how to become successful, which motivated me to not give up and go for my CPA after I graduate from Fresno State, and just kind of making connections with other people who are not from San Francisco. They come from other areas. They can come from other different countries, and they work with the San Francisco office. And that was just awesome to see how there's a lot of diversity within PwC. And I love to see that diversity, because that gives me like a sense of belonging and made me feel more comfortable. And that's what I liked a lot from my internship. And just the flexibility that they have. So that's all that I gained from my internship with PwC, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.